I'm a one-man shop. What is the cost of my labor? It's a good question because if you don't know what your labor costs, how do you know how to price your services? And as a one-man shop, it really boils down to how do you pay yourself? So that's what we're going to cover in this video. How on earth should you pay yourself as a one-man shop so that you know the cost of your labor so that you can price your services effectively? Here's my take on this. I think you should pay yourself just like you would any other technician. Okay, so I would go look at what all the other shops are charging in your town. Let's assume they're charging $35 an hour. And I would track my time with a timesheet, just like I'm any other employee. So imagine you hired a plumber, an electrician, or whatever home service company you're in. You hire that person, and now you are responsible to give them a paycheck. Okay. Now take that person and make it you. So whenever you're doing, technician work out in the field, pay yourself like you're a technician. Okay. So do a timesheet. Let's say Monday through Friday, you worked a total of 33 hours. Pay yourself 33 hours times 35 and pay yourself the taxes. Make sure your company pays the taxes and give yourself just a regular paycheck, just like you're a regular employee. Now, all the time that you spend working on your business, don't track that on your timesheet. Only time that you spend working in the business. So whenever you're a technician, getting your van ready in the morning, going to the parts store, going to the jobs, billing customers, anything that a technician would do, you're going to track that on your timesheet, and you're going to pay yourself whatever you would pay another technician to do that same thing. Okay? What that's going to do is it's going to do this on your P&L. So again, when we look at our P&L, which is the metric you want to look at, it is the way to judge the health of your business. We have total income at the top, and that's always 100%. And underneath that, we have what's called your COGS, okay? If you watch this channel, you're going to see me reference this a lot because it's how you judge the health of your business. In your COGS, you have materials and you have labor. Prices of your jobs should be based on the cost of your materials and the cost of your labor. And underneath that, you'll have what's called gross profit or gross margin if you measure it by percentage, okay? You need to know what percentage of gross margin you want. For most service companies, it's around 50 to 60%, depending on your company. We'll say 50 for easy math, okay? So what paying yourself that way is gonna do is it's gonna allow you to know what your labor costs are out in the field and whether or not you're charging properly to hit the desired gross margin on your P&L. So you're gonna track your time on a time card. You're gonna pay yourself a paycheck just like you would any other employee for all of your field work. And at the end of the month, you're gonna look at your P&L and you're gonna have your labor up here. All that paycheck labor, you gotta tell your bookkeeper, move it up in the COGS. I wanna see it up here because I wanna make sure that my gross margin is right. That way, when you start to hire other guys, you've already determined the needed gross margin for your business. You already know what your labor rates are going to be. Let's say you pay yourself $35 an hour. We'll do some math, guys. Bear with me, please. 35. And let's say you worked on average 30 hours a week in your business. So times 30, and there's 4 weeks. You paid yourself $4,200. I'm going to multiply that by 1.2 to include taxes and all that junk in there. Your labor costs would be $5,040. Okay? That's how much you would have paid yourself that month. Now, if this isn't enough money for you to live off of, and you actually need more as the business owner and you want to pull more money out of your business, you're going to pay yourself the rest of the money that you need as an owner draw. So you can literally just set up an auto transfer. This is what I did when I was in my business. I paid myself the same wage that my plumbers made, and then I had an automatic owner draw that would come out every week. It would come from my business bank account to my personal bank account, and that would get recorded on my balance sheet as an owner draw, okay? That's how you're gonna pay the rest of your wages. The less time you spend in the field, then the less time you need to get a regular paycheck. As you get enough technicians to where you don't have to be in the field anymore, You're still gonna give yourself a paycheck, but you're gonna move your labor costs down into overhead on your P&L. So that's how you determine your labor costs as a one-man show. It's how you pay yourself. So you're gonna pay yourself like a technician. It's where you put the labor on your P&L, and then how you pay the rest of the pay that you might need to make as an owner. Hope that helps. Later.